This week, we're telling the stories of some of the families who found themselves at the Children's Hospital of Georgia.
The family we're about to meet has special ties to this place. The dad is a doctor in training who had to step back and let some other doctors do their life-saving work on his baby girl. These are the happy moments that make a family. The absolute miracle of little fingers and toes. A baby bonding with mom and dad and her 2-year-old brother. Isla was 3 months and 3 weeks old when we met.
She's a really laid-back baby and just chill. She goes to sleep on her own in like 5 minutes, which is great. And just started smiling the last couple of weeks, which is really fun.
But this laid-back baby had a rough start. An ultrasound at 20 weeks showed something wrong, a disconnect between her heart and her lungs.
I took it a little hard, of course. I mean, it was a big shock. We have, a 2-year-old and he's normal healthy.
Doctors recommended she give birth here in a hospital where doctors would know what to do.
So that worked out great that we live right here in Augusta and, she could go right to the NICU and be taken care of and looked at.
Isla's dad, Joseph, already knew the hospital inside and out after finishing dental school and wrapping up his residency in orthodontics.
I mean, we hadn't really been on the cardiology wing much as an orthodontist, but we do have some OR cases, and so I think that it gave me a sense of peace just having a familiar surrounding and seeing faces that I knew.
They say doctors make the worst patients. This doctor had to adjust to a new role.
I think the best advice that one of the doctors gave me was to not be her doctor, but just to be dad. And I think that made a big difference. It's just being dad.
Joseph says Isla's birth was nothing like the birth of their son, Eli.
At first, it's kind of just a triage situation. So right when she was born, it was very different from with our son, where we got to hold him and kind of spend those first hour or so with him. She had to be, whisked away by a team of doctors to kind of be examined and make sure that she was stable.
The first surgery was on her nose to open nasal airways. There was a shunt to get oxygen to her lungs from her heart because there's no natural connection. It went well, but there was a close call in the recovery room.
She was having trouble breathing, and she just kind of progressively went downhill to the point to where she started to turn gray, and then she kind of went into cardiac arrest.
A team of specialists rushed in and took Isla back into surgery. She was gone for hours.
I think your worst fear as a parent is for your child to have surgery, and we've seen her and we've held her, and then everything seemed to kind of fall apart.
But instead of falling apart, this is a place where things come together. A month after nearly losing their baby girl, they were heading home.
Yeah, definitely. I was just like, are we ready? I texted him. He was already at work, and he was like, are we ready? Do we have everything we need?
Can we bring a nurse with us?
Isla came home with all kinds of equipment, from an oxygen tank to monitors with hourly checkups and instructions to weigh her every day.
It was kind of weird to think like, oh, she's been born for a month and she hasn't been home, and he didn't get to, her older brother didn't get to meet her, until she was a month old.
Home, where she belongs. There will be more surgeries as she grows, but if they can survive a 2-year-old, they say they can handle anything.
She's probably our easiest baby by far.
Despite her medical.
Yeah, despite her medical issues.
Yeah.
I love it. Picking on the 2-year-old there. Isla has another surgery scheduled for later this fall to fix the heart defects, but her parents have complete faith in the team at the Children's Hospital to get her healthy and most importantly, get her home again.
With good reason. They're fantastic over there, and this family knows how lucky they are to live only minutes away from this hospital that saved her daughter's life. You drive into that parking deck and you see license plates from all over the U.S.
Yes,
I mean, people drive hours and hundreds of miles to somewhere we have right here in our backyard.
We love telling the stories and supporting our local hospital.
For more stories like Isla's and to learn how you can help the Children's Hospital of Georgia create more miracles, make sure to tune in to our telethon on NBC 26 this Sunday from noon to 6.